shit. Like I learned that from my brothers. Like he had two phones, and both of them joints was like vibrating.
I got two phones.
Word.
One for my wife and one for the hoes.
Hey, we live from the kitchen with my man Kellye Low.
Yes, sir.
We haven't seen each other in a minute. We met inside Hand Tall Barbershop, local, and we've been good friends ever since. We worked on many projects, going from photography to, I believe we did some video. We did do video projects, yes. I was there for many performances also. And we kept in contact, since then. So we here at the live from the Offset podcast. We just gonna catch up, you know what I mean, and let you guys listen in. That's it. What's up, Kellye? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing good right now. How you doing, Big Switch?
Hey, we in here, bro. We in here. Glad to have you, man, for real.
I mean, I'm glad to be here. It's a come up, man. I see you, man, doing the podcast, man. Hey, you been jacking many trades, man.
Hey, man. Hey, always been like that. I don't know why. I think it's the ADD I have or something, man. I can't seem to take it easy, but this has actually been. I was talking about this since the barbershop, which is crazy. The other day I had this like, it was like an epiphany. It gave me goosebumps. You know those moments that give you those goosebumps, man.
Right.
So I was in the gym and I was already done with my workout, and I seen my boy Ricky, and I used to cut Ricky's hair, and one of the things he brought up, but he asked me about my son. We got the small talk out of the way. He asked me, he was like, "Did you start your podcast yet?"
Okay.
I hadn't seen Ricky in 2 years. It was like, that was just so crazy that I hadn't seen him in so long, and he's over there like, he brought it up.
Right.
He brought it up, and I was so shocked, man. It was ridiculous. Like that was before the first. I'm measuring my life in quarters now. I don't want to change the subject on you, but
nah.
There's 4 quarters in the year. You got to treat every quarter like it's the fourth quarter, right? Just like I don't really play any sports. I just lift weights, but in any sport, the fourth quarter is that last opportunity you got to make as much of an impact as possible. And since I started measuring my life in quarters, one of the goals I had for the first quarter was to get my podcast started before the first quarter ended. And at that same time, I seen Ricky at the gym, which was just like the last straw, like, boom, go through.
Yeah, and that's nothing but God, man.
Yeah.
That's God talking to you. Because I remember when you were starting out with the blogs. So this is like a natural progression from the blogs. It's a little more personal. People can hear your voice. I mean, just like you have your literary voice when you're writing a blog, but this is better, man. This is the next evolution. We're gonna have to get some for real video.
Yeah.
Next, man. Get some video in here, man.
Indeed. I definitely plan on doing that. I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast, and what he has is I listened to over 200 episodes of his joint. He has like a TriCaster. It's like a 3-camera thing, and they're all streaming to live YouTube. I believe he's live on Facebook. I'm not sure if he's periscoping, but or meerkatting. These are all verbs. These are all verbs now. But he definitely uploads somewhere, so like you can just go ahead and click live. He'll tweet it when he's about to go live. You click on the live link, and you can actually watch him. If you don't get it, you get it on the podcast. You can actually listen to it later. So definitely plans for that in the future. I think where the podcast will be set up 2 months from now. This is the Live from the Kitchen series, by the way. But when we change up, it's going to be a completely different setup. It's probably going to be a lot more comfortable, and less noisy, if anything. Right now, we don't hear anything, but that fridge in the background is still bothering the shit out of me.
Hey, this is Live from the Kitchen. If you can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen.
Get out. Word. Hey, man, so tell the people what you up to, man. Tell the people what you're doing, bro.
Well, I'm Kellye Low. I'm a singer-songwriter. I used to actually, like we said, we met at Hand Talk. That was the barbershop.
Yeah.
And what I liked about the barbershop was, if you're familiar with Baltimore, it was Eastern Avenue. We actually call it Greektown, but the crazy part about Greektown is it's actually a mix of people. It's white people, black people, Hispanic people, and it's kind of like where everybody meet. So, I came into the barbershop, this young black guy. I'm in here with a bunch of Dominican guys, and like half of these guys don't even speak English. We blowing... they blowing the soca and the bachata. Out the window on one side and this hip hop on the other, and it was such a melting pot, man. Indeed. It was like everybody would bring their music down. I remember going to Delwyn. Delwyn owned the spot. For them. Then we had the parties down at Club One.
Yeah.
And things like that, and it was really like a mind opener for me because I was kind of more used to doing what I was doing, which was mostly R&B, hip hop.
Yeah.
I got opened up to see some of the differences in our culture as far as being like Black Americans to Dominicans, which are basically, Black South Americans.
Exactly.
And or Central Americans. And it was so much that was the same. A lot of our clothes, that flow, the swag was the same. It was like a different language, but the rhythms had the same vibe, the same family. You see the same thing. So coming down to that barbershop, man, it was like any other barbershop. You watch these movies, people in there, talking shit, swallowing spit.
Indeed.
And I really enjoyed that. And matter of fact, what was kind of crazy is I used to think about everybody in it could cut, man, but it was like Seinfeld. It was like you had to go to your guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what happened? Your guy would leave because people would come and go.
Right.
So your guy go for a while, and you'd be like, well, I'm gonna go to a different guy for a while.
Yeah.
And then your guy come back, and then you don't know what to do. Like, well, wait a minute,
I was with this guy, and then should I go back to the other?
I was rolling with this guy for like 6 months. Now you back. Now I don't know how to do it. And but it was a great experience, a really cool place. Matter of fact, shout out to Delwyn, man. I've
shout out to
seen
Delwyn.
you here and there. I ain't seen you in a while, but shout out to Delwyn Hand Talk.
Yeah.
But back to me. We're basically we're working, man. We got a single out. It's called You Heard Me.
Okay.
It's produced by my homie Flight Boy. Flight Boy has worked with Wale, Johnny Lang. He's worked with a lot of artists. Basically, right now it's independent.
Okay.
We've been playing it on DTLR Radio. That's Downtown Locker Room, which is actually
for those who don't know,
a chain of sportswear, streetwear, and
that's Baltimore's very own too,
Baltimore's
right?
very own. Actually, the DMV.
The DMV, okay.
Yeah, so basically, you get that in Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, probably Southern PA too, and basically, it's going to be physically distributed through there as well. And I've just been doing a lot of shows, man.
There you go.
A lot of shows lately.
Glad to hear that.
Did Vote Fest 2015 at Coppin State, so that was a lot of our mayoral candidates, Sheila Dixon, Miss Pugh, who ended up winning.
Okay.
That was actually a pretty cool experience because it was a very big venue. It's a really big gym. Like it's a D1 or D2 school. So it was a really big gym. I was probably one of the only singers there. And what's crazy is every time I tell people I do music and I say I sing, they're like, you rap?
You rap, right. That's the first thing people start thinking about.
And I'll be like, no, I sing. And they're like, oh, you rap? Like, no, bro, I sing. And
you guys are rare. You have to admit it. You know what I mean? I mean, you might get a good amount of people who sing, but nobody. You know what I mean? Like we'll hear about them. There's a lot more rappers commercially than there are singers
at this point. Yeah,
right.
And well, with a younger crowd, and I think that's kind of part of the mission right now. I really grew up in an era where both of those things were popping and where they both kind of got grew together into a form of hip hop and R&B. And really, my concern right now is I don't feel there's enough emotion in the music. It's a lot of It's cool to party, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And even the street tales, that's cool. But what I'm noticing is people ain't even like mad anymore.
No,
there's not even a certain amount of rage with the street thing. It's like everybody's really numbed up off Xannies and syrup. And
I agree. Where are the real lyrics? That's always been my question. Where are the real lyrics, and where's the emotion in the music? Where's the point where I can feel it and not necessarily dance about my head to it?
Right, and I'm cool with that. I like to dance. I want to party. I got party songs. The single You Heard Me is a party song.
Yeah.
But at the same point, where does your life, cause the art to imitate it? People always say life imitates art, but I'm like, at a certain point, well, are you really living like this? Every day you're in the club, you're emotionless. You got all these chicks, you don't love one.
Right.
So a lot of this, the whole project is an EP. It's 7 songs.
Okay.
It's called Street Pop, and the vibe is simply this. I call it Street Pop because I think it's just a euphemism for soul music. It's taking things that are part of the street culture, the clothes, the language, the slang, hip hop itself, the things that we know about, urban. But also, I wanted to take it to a broader level, a pop level. I want it to be something that easily resonates in your head and your emotions. You know what I mean? So that will make it popular. So we're going to make the street pop.
There we go. I like that. Hey, when is this released yet? Or
The release is actually right now we're really pushing the single.
Okay.
We'll probably release the whole thing probably towards the fall, but the single is right now. It's actually free right now. I mean, you can listen to it. You can either check out my page. I am Kellye Low. That's on IG. You can click the link. It'll take you to a SoundCloud by the same name. Pretty much anything. I am Kellye Low at IG, Facebook, Twitter, Snap.
Everything.
You're going to find me there.
We're going to have all the links on the show notes for everybody who's listening. You don't have to remember it. We're going to have it ready for you to just straight click on it, take you straight there, get you linked up. I like that, man. I like what you're doing. I always like what you're doing. I mean, I don't believe we ever got to collaborate when I was actually making music. You know what I mean? We did
gave you one.
Yes, we did one.
Yeah.
And I never no, I did.
I think we did.
Wait, hold on a second, man. This is bringing back memories. Remember, guys, we over here catching up, so we haven't spoken to each other in a while, so we catching up on things. But I did go to it was on Hollabird.
Yeah, we had the studio.
You had the studio on Hollabird, and I went and I recorded a verse. I don't remember. I was going after somebody. I forgot who it was, but I'm not sure if it was that same track.
Nah, I gave you one that my man Cody Valentine made. Matter of fact, shout out to Cody Valentine, his band, All the Best Kids out there in DC. And it was one of those things where I had it for a minute and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I was like, well, let's try this out. And it was a scheduled thing, man.
It was.
You know what I mean? You was lifting weights and cutting hair. You know what I mean? Selling CDs out the back of the trunk now.
You know. Getting into everything. Oh, man. But if I'm not mistaken, I remember I wrote my verse to that, and that could still be possible, and it's never too late.
Yo, if you got the track, I don't think I even got the track, but if you got the track, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I don't throw music out, man. I got terabytes of information somewhere, so don't worry. So we'll put that on my notes. We gonna get it, and then eventually when we have it, we're gonna add the link to this show notes on this podcast, and we're gonna let the people hear it. Because you know what, I haven't been inspired necessarily to continue the music. I'm not sure if the changing culture, because I came from the Brooklyn hip hop and the real lyrics and the straight 60 bars with no hook. You know what I mean? That's where I came from, and that's why I enjoy. That's why I love Joe Budden so much, and you know what I mean. It's a lot of other artists, but that's what attracted me the most. And when I came to Hand Talk Studios, it didn't hinder that at all. But it just made my mind go in a different direction, which I might not have been ready for. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know nothing about Spanish culture. For those who know me, I'm from Brooklyn my whole life, where I came here and not necessarily my first Dominican friends, because my entire family's Dominican.
Right.
But my social circle had no Dominicans in it. So me coming here and meeting Dominicans, shout out to all my Dominicans, by the way. I love y'all. I hate some of y'all. You know, it's all good.
¿Qué pasa?
Okay, but you know what I mean? It was an entire different twist to it. And like you said, the melting pot from the barbershop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it was to me. I'm like, whoa, okay. You know, although New York is very diverse, and I definitely knew Dominicans, it wasn't the same, man. It was not the same to come into an entire culture which was fully Dominican inside those four walls in the shop all day long.
And you were in BK, so
yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of Puerto Ricans. It's not a lot of like you need to be up in like Washington Heights.
I'm from you got to go to Washington Heights to catch a lot of the Spanish culture, Spanish Harlem, Dykeman. You know, you got the Lower East Side also, which has a large Hispanic population. You have Knickerbocker in Brooklyn, some of Bushwick. I mean, I can name many hoods, but the thing is, I was from the projects. I'm from Louis Armstrong projects. Like, no Spanish people lived in my building.
What is that? Is that East New York? Is that Flatbush?
That's Bedford, Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Okay. I'm from Baltimore, but I used to live in Crown Heights.
Okay, that's your neighboring. You're right there.
I lived in Crown Heights for probably like 5 years.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you know exactly where I'm coming from.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, you know.
We used to be out there in Albany Projects playing ball in St. John's Park, all that shit.
There you go. We got Louis Armstrong, we got Roosevelt Projects, Tompkins Projects, some of the houses. That's what I was around. Marcy houses. Can't forget Marcy.
My grandfather owns a barber shop on Myrtle.
On Myrtle. Oh, wow. That's right there. Fort Greene. That's right there. Yeah, exactly.
That's the family barbershop. We still got that.
Man, we should step down there and do a podcast in there one day, man. What? The Brooklyn barbershop? That'll be amazing.
We got to.
That's what's up. I remember going to the chicken spot right there across the street from Marcy. It was on Myrtle and Willoughby. and you still see Jay-Z's pictures with the owners. Because that's Jay-Z's hood. That's where he's from. Marcy Project is almost only 9 blocks away from where I used to live.
Right.
So now you see the culture I'm coming from my whole life. You know what I mean? Coming to Highland Town, Baltimore. You know what I mean? It's a whole different world.
Different world.
Hey, nobody take offense to that. I said that a weird way, but you know, it's different. It's different. You coming from the big city to Baltimore, you know. What me and my brother were talking about the other day was there's a lot of artists and big people like Tupac, like there was a lot of people that went from New York, passed through Baltimore, and then blew up. It was like they had to make that journey.
Well, when you say Tupac, one of my mentors, his name is Darren Bassfield. He went to school with Pac.
Okay.
At Baltimore School of the Arts. He actually wrote a book. It's called Back in the Day, My Life and Times with Tupac Shakur. It was nationally released.
Acclaimed, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's an actual artist, like he's a painter.
Okay.
So a lot of his art has made its way into like big shows like Ilyasa Shabazz. That's Malcolm X's daughter.
Okay.
I remember we got to meet her through the book, and he had a painting that he made to kind of go along with it. It was called Shakur Spear. So I'm sure you've seen like there's this one, I can't describe it really in my head, but they show you a picture of Shakespeare a lot of times. This particular painting they show you. So what he did was he kind of remixed that painting. He made Pac in this very Shakespearean outfit to look like that same picture, but it's Pac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like Pac.
Right.
And it actually got him into curating. So he's been curating a lot of art for various exhibits and collectors and stuff like that. And the funny part was he thought his own art was suffering for doing that. Like he wasn't able to get as much as his stuff out of there doing the curation the way he was.
Right.
So the funny part was somebody took a picture of him with the Shakur Spear painting, and it like sparked his actual art career all over again. They actually put it in some book. It just came out. So now
look at that.
Yeah, now he's literally like back up on the New York scene and art, and it's crazy. He had a really crazy story.
Yeah.
He told me one time when Pac was recording, when he was filming Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson.
Okay.
He wanted to impress Janet. Like, it was like going to be her birthday or something, and he was like, man, I'm trying to impress her, man. I'm trying to get her this gift, but, you know, I got bread. I could get her anything, but I want you to, like, paint her on this horse for me or whatever. I don't really know what happened in the end. I mean, I think he tried to get to her. I think in the end, it was, like, towards the end of the filming, and what I heard, like, the cast was really tight during the filming, but then, like, after the filming was over, it was like all the numbers got changed and all that, and you know, Pac lost his little chance with Janet Jackson.
And he was there to go through all of that.
He went through all of that with him, and then before he came back east. So, yeah, a lot of people have come through here. This is like, Baltimore is like the underground railroad of, I feel personally, culture, art, music.
That's a good way to put it. Wow.
It's the funnel. We're like literally, you know, everybody's really into the South right now. When they say the South, they're talking about Atlanta or Louisiana or Miami.
Right.
Not knowing this is the Mason-Dixon line. This is it. This is the bottom of the North. This is the top of the South. Like, this is a nexus point.
That would be more like Maryland and Virginia, but I mean primarily Baltimore, but not including Delaware.
Delaware's a little north.
Okay.
So we're still lower.
That's why I didn't say the DMV, because I was like, wait, should I include Delaware? Nah, include Delaware.
Yeah, when they say DMV, what they're really including is
DC. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, so DC,
what a
Maryland,
mistake.
DC, so it's a culture,
Right.
like everybody's wearing Timbs.
Okay.
Yo, nobody wore Timbs till the guys in DC started wearing them back in like 89, 90.
Yeah.
Nobody was wearing Timbs until DC did that. DC did that first.
DC did it first?
DC
you sure it
did
wasn't
that
like
first.
New York people going to DC
Yo,
and then
New York went down there and saw it.
Yeah.
Because the same way you were saying, you know, like with Jay, one of my my cousins, being that they were out in Myrtle, used to run with Jay heavy.
Yeah.
And you know, Jay has already told the story, so I guess I'm not snitching by saying this. But
Yeah.
Jay has some business holdings in Virginia,
Okay.
and you got to go through DC.
I heard those songs, yeah.
Yeah, you got to go through DC to get to Virginia. So
Right.
these guys were going to Virginia and hanging and partying in DC and spending money in DC. And my cousin was one of those guys he was from New York too. He was from Queens.
Okay.
And it hooked up with Jay, and they were always coming back and forth. There was a point in time where the DC hustlers got so mad at New York
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't come through the town with some New York.
I heard, I heard some stories, man. I heard
It's going to
stories.
spark off.
Right. They were just like that DC, New York. They just didn't get along whatsoever.
They felt like New York came and took all the money. So yeah,
and some of the bitches too. I heard.
Oh,
so,
you already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
I heard those stories, man. So yeah. But that's over now. So I mean, New York people might still get some hate out there, but it ain't. I don't think it's like that anymore.
I think everything. You know what's funny? I think with social media, and even just before social media the way it is, I think just being able to watch videos, like music videos, it kind of made us feel like more of a, I don't want to say global, but like as far as a national community.
Yeah,
I might not have ever been to California, but I know y'all are at Six Fours out there. Or you may have never, ever been to Louisiana, but you know what I mean? I know what a soldier rag is. You know what I mean? And this is because I think we've gotten through mass communication the ability to kind of communicate and show what we do.
Yes.
Whereas before you might have really had to go there. Now you can kind of like get on your computer and go there.
Indeed. I mean, it's never the same experience, but I see exactly what you're saying. It'll connect all of us and connect all these different cultures. And you might end up liking more pictures from the West Coast than people that post up stuff over here. It's something that attracts you, you know, and you get to see it because you get to see it. You know, and we get to interact with all these people from all these different places. And that's the beauty of it, man. I mean, at the same time, it gives a voice to people who shouldn't have a voice. But yeah, no, I love that aspect of it. You're very, very right about that. But what's next for you? What's next on your agenda, man? Like
right now, it's a lot of performing. I'm actually doing a really big show. It's called, I keep wanting to call it Passport. It's called Postcard. Yes. And it's going to be at Pier 5 Hotel. That's Eastern Avenue, downtown Baltimore. So that's actually May 1st, this Sunday. If you get a chance, come on through. The format of the party is this. It's 3 rooms. And first room is India. So you lead the whole crowd, the whole party. You got to follow. Like, you don't just get to be in whatever room you want. Okay. You go to India first. We're going to sample Indian delicacies. We're going to have Indian art in the room. There we go. Indian music. Hopefully we have some bad Indian belly dances. I hope. You know. Then you move over to, it's going to be Paris. So Paris was basically going to be like the Black Paris movement. So it's going to be a lot of like art from that time. That would have been around the time that like Josephine Baker, a lot of jazz musicians were going out there. Quincy Jones went out there. Okay. They actually had a ridiculous tour out there. I believe the last room is going to be Africa. And then what happens is after you've gone through and tasted and experienced all the sights and sounds, you actually go to party after that. So they're going to turn up, you know.
And everybody comes together and gets it in. Okay.
Turn it up. But the move really is the video. Okay. So the singles you heard me, we doing the video Red Maple. You gotta come.
The video is at Red Maple.
I'm gonna tell you when it is.
I love Red Maple, man. I haven't been in a minute. So okay.
Yeah. So actually I teamed up with a marketing company. Yeah. They're called the Brait, but that's BR8 agency. Okay. And the CEO, his name is Larry What Up. Larry has been instrumental in a lot of things in the city. He was working for Catherine Pugh to help her get into office. Okay. He's been in those movies with Channing Tatum, Step Up. A lot of Step Up movies were done here in Baltimore. You familiar with Los, King Los? Yes. Yeah, yes, King absolutely. Los. He was actually on tour with King Los. He was Los's hype man. As like they're really good friends. Okay. So basically, he kind of was Los's his road manager during that time, and he's always kind of had a low flair for performance. So the crazy part is, you know, this is how social media can help you. Yeah. We were both watching this video. I'm where I'm at. I'm in Boston, matter of fact, at the time. Right. And I'm looking at this video, and anybody who knows me, you know, I'm in the R&B. I'm a huge Drew Hill fan. They're right from here in Baltimore. Yeah. So I'm watching it, and they're a little older than me. So it's like you watching your heroes, and I'm like, man, these guys look kind of bad, though. Like, they sounded good, but, like, the stage show just looked kind of... they didn't have that much energy? Yeah, kind of shaky. Like, it just didn't look right. Okay. So, he leads on there. They look like they could use some of my choreography. And I was like, man, this guy was thinking kind of the same thing I was thinking. I was like... So, I hit him. I'm like, well, you do choreography? I'm like, because I'm looking for something to, you know, kind of, like, set my stage show off. Now... let's not get it twisted. I'm not Chris Breezy with the dance moves.
Okay.
I used to dance a little bit back in the day, and I felt like I like going to shows.
Hey, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
You putting me on right now. Okay.
I like when people go to shows and they give you a show.
Okay.
When you have bought the CD, downloaded the track, you already got that. You know, why would you come to a show just to see me give you the same thing you already bought? So I was thinking like, man, you know, I would want to have a live band, and maybe for some of these songs, we're going to pull out the dance moves, you know?
Yeah.
So he got back to me, and when I got back in town, actually, the funny part was he suggested a boutique I should go to in Boston. So I go there, and he really knew the guy. So I said, oh, all right, man, when I get back home, I'm going to check him out. So I hollered at Larry, we met up, and I let him hear some of the music. And he was kind of like, you know what, I'm really trying to do this thing. I had a situation where, you know, everything was really going well for me. And then I had some personal things happen where I really wasn't working in the entertainment industry as much. But now I'm kind of like back in my loop. And if you give me a little bit of time, you know, we can work something out. So once we teamed up, it's kind of just been on from there, man. Like,
hey, shout out to Larry.
Yeah, shout out to Larry. What up? Shout out to The Break. Shout out to Charlotte, K Beans. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, Hip Hop Cleopatra. She's the marketing genius. And we sat down and we did a deal. So ever since then, man, things have really just been moving. I mean, I've been with Quicksilver. That's a DJ. Actually, you probably know about Quicksilver no matter where you are. It's Ciroc Boy, one of Diddy's DJs.
Okay.
DJ Class, who actually had the song Patron in My Cup with with Kellye. Paul Gardner, he's an entertainment lawyer. He's actually represented Outkast and everything.
I seen him at the Patterson Theater.
Yeah. So it's just to the point where I'm like rubbing elbows with all these people, and you and I were discussing this earlier about just the grind and how you got to keep moving.
Indeed.
And it really took just being positive and being like, man, let me put myself out there more, and I just started attracting these people to
slowly but surely. There we go. I love those stories. I love those stories because, man, they get me hyped internally. I'm not even there, but I know that you went through it, and I know you, and I got love for you, and you went through it. Oh, man, even better. So I love hearing those things, man. I actually recorded another podcast by myself earlier, and I was speaking a lot about the journey and the process.
Gotta love the process.
You gotta love the process. So that's exactly what I was saying. You have to love the process. You gotta cherish the chase as much as the trophy. You can't just be like, I just want the end result tomorrow, because what are you doing in between where you at right now and where, you know, the end goal is? Or even if there is an end goal, that end goal changes every day for people like us who hustling and who moving on a daily basis.
Exactly.
That end goal yesterday, not yesterday, 2 years ago was to be a full-time photographer. It completely changed. We done did 360s and then it went back again, and then here we are. You know what I mean? So that ain't gonna change. You gotta cherish that process of you speaking to this person and that person told somebody else about you, and then slowly but surely you on social media and you promoting yourself, and this entire wave of things just comes together finally. Boom. And then here we are, and we moving forward, and it feels amazing. So yeah, I love hearing those stories, man. You know.
And crazy part was, you know, I just wanted some dance moves.
You just wanted some dance moves, right?
And all that happened. I mean, pretty much you definitely gotta respect the grind. Like, if you don't respect your grind, who else is really gonna respect your grind?
Indeed,
it's people who I will not name right now, in the industry, because I've had deals before, and what I didn't understand, I was a lot younger, was I was letting everyone kind of do. I thought I was letting them advise me by sitting back and let them do their thing, and I thought I was doing the right thing, accepting the counsel, basically.
Okay.
Not realizing that you can do that, and there are times where you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to work with your team. You're gonna have to accept counsel, but there's times where you can push that envelope too, to the point that, you know what I mean, you don't want to necessarily bump heads with the people that's on your team, but it's a gut check. It's to see where they're really at. Are they really interested in this as much as you are? Do they care as much as you are? Naturally, they don't.
They don't.
You know, and naturally, nobody does.
It's yep.
Somebody told me this a long time ago. Nobody loves you like you love you.
Absolutely.
Your mom loves you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Your brother loves you. Your friends love you. They're going to love you whether you make it or not.
Right. If we're fortunate enough.
That's what I mean by, but what I'm saying, in whatever you call making it, that's what I mean by, it's important to you to make it. They love you kind of regardless, and that's good to know.
Right.
But the reality is they don't love you like you love you, because you got a certain goal of vision for yourself.
Indeed.
And once you get to that point of really realizing it and seeing what it takes, and I think that's what it took for me. It back in them days, we were in the barbershop and little stuff, we talked about it, but we was out in the streets a little bit.
Right.
And what I wish I had somebody to tell me when I was younger was, it's okay to be broke right now. Your time is at a premium. Your time is your actual money. Your time is your main resource.
Yes.
You don't have to spend all this. See, we got kids now.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
It's different when you got kids. Everything changed.
But when we didn't, and when, and that's the one thing I do kind of hate about how urban culture is portrayed, because I feel like when you watch more mainstream, and we're gonna be real, we say mainstream, I mean generally
the people,
white Americans,
right?
But I love watching their videos. When you watch a video from a rock band, they're not flashing jewelry and cars. You're seeing like this wild scene, and I'm thinking, when I see these
they're telling a story,
right, this is what they dream about,
right?
So then I'm like, if I'm watching Rick Ross, I'm like, well, the chains and these chicks, is that what you dream about? I'm like, I want to dream on a higher level. Right. So a lot of times we've gotten into our heads, thanks to this communication, that we're supposed to be rich and driving Maybachs and Porsches, and if we don't, we're nothing. And that is so wrong.
That's such a bad message the culture gives out. The culture is a beautiful thing, but at the same time, it's giving out that aura of drugs, of sex, and of being wealthy. If you're broke, you ain't shit, and that's cool, right? Because we understand it, because we're from the culture. But that's not the message that, once we filter it out, that's not the message we're supposed to be getting or receiving. And some people take that to heart, like especially the younger guys. You know what I mean? The young adults. This is it. This is what makes them want a Louis bag for their 17th birthday. Why? You know what I mean? And the parents might want to please them because they want it this bad. And this is not anything like, okay, you're going to dirty it, you're going to mess it up, you're not going to take care of it, and 2 months later, you're not going to care. That sucks, man. That I don't like that part of our culture. I wish the culture would, I mean, there's not too many people doing it, but I wish our culture would promote more positive messages, more messages of, let's get out this hood.
But see, the thing is that you ever wonder why music is free? If you notice, music is free. It's been free forever.
It's been free forever.
As long as you have a radio,
yes,
it's free. Music is used to sell things. Music is a billboard.
Absolutely.
Product placement at its finest.
Right.
If you don't have anything to sell, if they couldn't sell stuff, music would not be as important as it is commercially. It would still be important culturally.
Does this apply to other genres?
Everything, man. Watch a movie.
Well, yeah, of course.
Watch anything. It's selling something to the point of,
it is,
even if it isn't blatantly buy this Samsung Galaxy phone. When you see the phone and you don't even know what it is, you just know you saw Samsung on it in a movie, or Lil Wayne's pouring the champagne on it. You're like, man, I'm gonna go online and like, Samsung phone,
right?
Lil Wayne poured champagne on it,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's gonna come up. It's funny because
I think that's more prominent in hip hop though, right?
I think it's all the way around, but the thing is with mainstream America is,
I mean, we live in a consumer society.
It's what you can use to sell with it. So for instance, I believe it was it Monday Night Football? They had the country singer singing, was it Monday Night Football? I think so. It's like Faith Hill or something. She's singing the Monday Night Football theme whenever it comes on.
Okay.
And the thing is the demographic that watches that is a very wide demographic, but they know, we've got, that white guy in Nebraska that buys Budweiser watching this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're going to connect with them, you know what I mean? And then whatever it might be. So I actually, at one point I worked for Arbitron and they do the radio ratings. They're actually connected to Nielsen now.
Okay.
What's so funny is you don't even need this anymore, but they used to make these boxes that, they still do it. They put on a TV. It's a remote.
I remember. I seen.
Yeah, you put the code
seen a lot of them in the hood. Yeah,
and you put the code in, and it's basically going to figure out who was watching it at what times. Every time you log into something now, they want your email.
They want your email. They want your contact information. Sometimes, your phone number. Sometimes even your address.
Right. So basically, it's like, who are we selling to? And it's kind of what they think they want. Because I'll be real, and without getting too deep, I do believe on a certain level there are organizations, people in this world that want to see other people not succeed, and they will feed them whatever they want. But at the same time, I think it's a lot easier to swallow to just say it's flat out greed. They have a product they want to sell, and you got to connect with people to sell the product.
You got to do whatever you got to do to sell it. Boom.
So
keep the stakeholders happy.
Like, think about it. Mercedes-Benz. How often do you see a commercial for one?
Do you see me? You might ask the wrong guy. You might be asking.
I'll put you generally.
Because I don't watch TV at all.
Have you ever seen a Bentley commercial in your life?
No. There's no Bentley commercials.
Because they in videos. You don't need to watch it.
Right.
It's a product that already sells itself to the people who actually have the money for it. For everybody else, it's aspirational. And you know what? Mm-hmm. I love aspiration.
I love
aspiration is like the birth of inspiration, driven by perspiration. It's the thing that actually makes you want to do something. And I'm all for that. It's just, can we aspire to do more? Like Mano, Brooklyn cat, right?
Right.
Love that song of his, man. It's been a while since it's been out, but all the above.
Yeah, I remember that.
When you hear him talking about album, pretty much going from jail and going through these wild things. Like, he was able to actually tell that story without glorifying it.
Right.
And the funny part was I actually watched a video of him on stage performing that song, and he like broke down and cried.
Wow.
Here's this big tough guy, with the $150 scar on his face.
Right.
And the emotion of what he was talking about overtook him because he was able to sit there and say, man, I came from nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm on this stage alive and rocking with you. And that's like where I want to get. That's
giving
like
you a piece
you're talking
of
about your quarter. Your quarter. That's where I need the first quarter of my career to be.
Boom.
Like, I'm cool with damn near going to tears on stage, realizing that 2 years ago I was damn near dead. You know what I mean?
Damn. Right.
Because like I said, oh man, we were out there, and it was crazy. Is the area we live in? Everybody talks about Baltimore City.
Yeah.
But where we are, when you get out to the edge of the county, man, that's where the drugs really flow, man. Like, even out here, I don't want to say where we are.
Nah,
but
we're real about it. We in Rosedale.
But in Rosedale, there is a pill popping community out here.
Yeah,
and somebody got service.
Hey, it's happening. Somebody got to supply, somebody got to demand it. Indeed,
and it causes a lot of trouble. So, but I was talking about aspiration. I didn't want to go off on a tangent. Man. It's like I really like J. Cole right now. I really like Kendrick right now. Like, but even when the guy says hopped out the Porsche, all that, I think there's a place for all of it.
Yeah,
and I'm cool with it. Let's just not let people believe that this is it, because it's funny as they try to say, "Oh, you're weak-minded." I'm like,
the problem
you feed somebody that forever from when they're 3. My son's 8 and he wants Jordans.
Wow,
I got him.
I mean, you kind of have to do that sometimes, man. I just don't want that to be the main point.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want it to be the main point. I don't want it to be the main focus. I don't want. It sucks. I'm very picky. Like, even if I start talking to a female and you can just tell by the conversations the thing that's they're into. I'm not here to waste my time. I got too much on my plate. So as soon as I hear like certain keywords or whatever, like, oh, you into, what are you into really? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. What are you into really? And if we're clicking, how can I help you get there? But to the most part, if you into stuff that I'm not into whatsoever, and I'm always gonna kick my game, and I kick you, and I tell you exactly what I'm into and what I'm about, and you ain't with it, I'm sorry. I gotta part ways. I got things to do. So you know what I mean. If you're not with the flow, you're just not flowing at all. So but the culture is doing that, and it's doing that on a daily basis. I understand it's a machine, and the machine has to work, it has to be well oiled, and it has to be bringing in money, it has to be making some sort of profit, but I think the young people are definitely suffering from it. They seeing this and they don't have too many of these conversations going in and out of their ears where they can actually see, well, there is another way to do it, or there is another objective, or let me focus on this. Let me focus on my painting, or let me focus on my singing, not necessarily rapping. Why everybody got inspired to be a rapper? Why I had to aspire to be a rapper? I mean, you know what I mean?
Why do people want to be famous?
Why do people want to be famous? Just to be famous.
There are people out there. That's reality.
I could just imagine, right? Absolutely, I believe it. I don't want to be famous. Hey, look, if I'm ever famous, that's just gonna be a byproduct of my fucking hard work and dedication, and my fucking commitment to my craft. I'm not gonna be famous because that's never been the end goal since we was in Hand Talk Studios, or since I was in SPMG Studios in Brooklyn. It was just never, ever. I had a love and I had things in my heart that I had to get out one way or another, and I knew maybe this would have got somewhere or it didn't. I still did it because I loved it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, these podcasts can get somewhere, but maybe they never will. I don't care. I care about that I had this conversation with you. You know what I mean? I care about that we took the time out and sat here and actually talked about these things and got it off our chest and recorded it so other people could listen to it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That byproduct is not necessarily positive. Hey, young people, look, if you ever listen to this, don't try to be famous. Focus on the craft. Focus on something that you're really interested in. If you don't have anything that you're interested in, look at somebody that you really like that's not on TV doing, maybe they are doing music. Actually, it doesn't even matter what they're focusing on. Look at that person and see what that person has accomplished. Would actually read their story, actually listen to some of their interviews, see how they sound, see where their head is at. Try to figure out if there's any way that you fit in that mold somewhere, and maybe, mimic some of their steps that they took to get there with your own flavor. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have, if your own goals and your own journey don't pop up to you, or you just don't start flowing in some direction, then you have to figure it out some way or another. You can't just be going around here like a zombie with nothing on your mind. You know what I mean? Don't let what you see on TV dictate anything that's going to come out of your heart whatsoever, because you're going in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? You gotta do something else. You gotta propel something else into the world. Give the world something. Leave the world better than how you found it. That's something to live by right there. So I mean, the culture is cool. I love it. I mean, most likely we're a part of it. We're gonna be a part of it regardless. But we just gotta be the outliers.
Right. Which is why exactly the conversation has to be had. The discussion has to be made. Mm-hmm. It's been said to me. I've read a lot of books, man. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah, a lot of them, and it's all mixing through my head right now. But there was I believe a proverb to the effect of this. I'm just paraphrasing it. Your gift will bring you before kings. So find your gift. Find a mentor.
Yes.
Find an audience, and let that gift be what brings you to the forefront. Respect the gift. Don't abuse it. Because so much of this so much of this is not us. You know what I mean? It's through us, but it's not us. Whatever you choose to believe in. I choose to believe in God. And so I know so much of this is really not me, and it's not luck, because luck is just, the combination of being prepared and in the right place at the right time. This is a gift, a thing that I did not ask for, that I was given.
Yes.
And I think when you treat a gift like a gift, people respect that, and they see the gift in you, and that will draw them to you. On the thing of fame, real quick, as a kid, I wanted to be famous. I thought that was cool. I think now it's more about I used to work for a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
One of their key values was to be a recognized market leader. And I feel like that's what I want to be, a recognized market leader. I do want to be known for what I do, because I feel like if you do something well, you will be known for it. So in that regard, I want to be known. I think fame, and it's weird because it's starting to kind of happen now. Like, I've been kind of talking to some people, just locally, just say in the city. I ain't nobody, But
we out here though.
They know my name.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "Oh, you're Kellye Lowe." Like, yeah, but I don't know how to take it. Like, it's like, is that a good thing?
Wait, you looking for me?
Are you trying to owe you some money? You know. So and I've been places and I met famous people, so to speak. I met Khaled one time. He was really cool.
Yeah.
But it was like he was on his phone, and I didn't want to just like ask the man for a picture or autograph or whatever.
Like normal people would do?
Yeah, and but I mean, at a certain point, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to get this picture with Khaled. He was in Owens Mills. I feel like you came to my hood. You came to see me. You know what I mean? You came to my town. You came to see me. But he was a really gracious guy. Like he was really cool.
Okay.
He didn't have any problem doing it. He was like, yeah, just give me a sec on my phone. And so I always felt like I would like the recognition. Being overly celebritized, if that's a word, celebritized, is a little much, man. I couldn't imagine like just walking around and people are just looking at you. Like it would be like, man. After a certain point, I mean, yeah, like, oh, I did this thing. But given how I grew up and what I've been involved in life, I had to be like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah, it would definitely feel a little awkward. We from the hood, like, don't stay too long.
Right.
And this brings me back to that. Drake did a documentary, I think, with after the drop of his first album with MTV, and I remember him being on the bus and him just speaking about the changes that he was going through in his life because of this newfound fame. Like he just blew up. Like it seems like Drake blew up overnight. A lot of people don't really like Drake, so this is gonna be like for Baltimore. Like,
I like Drake.
Yeah, I like Drake too, but there's a lot of people I smoke that no way, especially from Baltimore. They don't really feel Drake out here for some reason. Maybe a good majority do. Who knows?
Lying. They just mad.
They mad.
They ain't Drake.
Right. And I remember that he was speaking about the changes he went through, and I mean, well deserved, right? But because he put in the work. But at that time, I was just like, I felt that pain that was coming from him because those words were so true. And he was just explaining the no sleep, the city to city, the different people, all these conversations, no breaks in between, and all these this crazy thing that Frame brought onto him. And that's crazy. All these other artists always have, especially even J. Cole did it. I don't know if Kendrick Lamar did it, but they always have a song where they speak of, maybe it was better being broke. It was better being that way. Although we're not there, so I'm not stopping until I ain't broke no more. So.
Pretty much. You want to hand some of those ones over here?
Fuck that.
I will take them.
Right. Nah, man. We out here grinding, we trying to make the best of it. And we will make the best of it, actually. It's no holds barred out here. We're going to do whatever it is we got to do with good moral conduct and, always uplifting the people around us and spreading positivity and spreading love and trying to bring the right people along with us. And I think that should always be the goal. It would suck to make it alone.
That's a hard thing I'm kind of going through now. And I think as you grow up, though, you go through it, or at least you should. Especially, if you have a kid. Like, I'm 27, but I got it.
I'm 28. We right here, bro. I'm right here with you.
I got a 8-year-old. But, like, basically, there are so many people I know are good dudes, good guys.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I can't be around what you're doing right now.
I can't.
And it's not that I don't fuck with you or that I got brand new on you.
Yeah.
It's just like, you got to realize that, like, for what I have to do and where I need to be in life, I can't be here. And what I found is my real friends that are some of those guys, they know that. They knew it before I knew it. They was like, oh, yo, you can't be out here. Like, nah, homie. Nah, you know what I mean? I catch you somewhere else or something. But a lot of people really don't realize this. You're not supposed
Shout out to them.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have a whole bunch of people with you, man.
Yeah.
Other than, fam and some day ones, the reality is that your journey is, I think, for you, and it is to help and inspire and do as much as you can with and for other people, but you got to build your house before you can let anybody in.
Indeed. I like that. What I mean? Right.
You got to. And what a lot of people don't realize, especially with this music thing, is, when you get in, you look good.
Yeah.
They make you look good.
Right.
Those videos, and they make you look good.
You shining.
But you really, if you're not on top of your business, you're really not making a whole hell of a lot. You're getting a start, but people will see you, and they would think, oh, man, Kellye Lowe, he was he getting it now. And it's like, And they think that if you don't have certain things, like, oh, he didn't come out with the Porsche, oh, he ain't shit, he ain't doing nothing. Not realizing that, you know, you was in an apartment last year, you got a house this year. So what if you ain't in something flashy? Right. You know what I mean? Or you put your kid in, man. You know what I mean? And live in the now, like live for right now. Like, it's so much that I used to chalk up to, yo, when I get on or when I get this, I'ma do this. I try to do it now, man.
Yeah. Hashtag stop waiting.
Yeah. It's like I try to live like the best life possible. Like if I owe you now, I'm gonna pay you now. You know what I mean? Or, you know, I'm not gonna wait to say, man, you know, when I do this, like, let's just do as much of it as we can. Right. And then, you know, hopefully the build will get us to a bigger and better version. So, you know, if we went to Virginia Beach this year, you know what I mean? Next year we going to Miami, you know what I mean? Or whatever it might be.
Right.
But you got to build. Like, people just really don't respect the build.
They don't respect the process.
They don't. And that just keeps coming back around. Like, there's so many people now that's been reaching out to me. And it's funny because I'm like, it's not the feeling that you didn't do anything for me. It's the feeling that you were waiting for me to do something, and now you want me to do something for you, but you can't reciprocate. Right. And it's not always about, you know, reciprocation. Like, sometimes, hey, when we're out and we're doing a community outreach or whatever we're doing, we're reaching out to community. But, like, especially like just in this game, like from a musical standpoint, like I said, people are starting to see you know, they're hearing the single, they're hearing things. And now it's like they want me to do stuff for them for free. And I'm like,
you don't know what it took to get here, do you?
I kind of like, yeah, like, dude, for me to even come to your studio, I got to spend money to get there. I got to, you know what I mean? Can we work something out or something?
Show some love and support.
Versus the people who just, you know, the people who really looked out for me, it's no question. You know what I mean? Right. It comes to, or you're really my friend. Like, you're really my friend. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, come through, do the podcast. Like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, let's do the podcast. You know what I mean? We're not gonna wait, like, talk to my manager. But, you know, a lot of the concept, and that's what I don't like about the musical culture of Baltimore City right now, is they don't understand.
That's a whole other podcast
business.
too.
That's a whole other podcast. But
yeah, it is.
There's a business to this thing, and it's like they just kind of want to jump on the next thing that's already popping. And I guess that's human nature, but I'm like, all right, but do something for me. You know what I mean? Let me get a T-shirt or something.
Right. No, you know what? I agree with that so much, and I think we actually need to set some ground rules. Like, if nobody has set the ground rules yet, and kind of tell people, look, this is the way things are supposed to work, then somebody needs to do it. And I don't find another better platform than right here, because we came up with it. So we need to set some ground rules.
People will get mad.
They will get mad.
No, I've had people reach out and they'll hit me like, hey, man, I got this beat in, and you know, I want you to do the hook for it, and can you write it? And so I'm not even going to mention my price, because my prices are ridiculously low.
Yeah.
Okay, right now, because I know I'm just coming up. And it's honestly, I'm doing it more for principle than anything else. Okay. It's so I can see if this person is truly worth investing in themselves.
Yes. I completely agree with that, because it's like you pay for, not only do you pay for what you, no, actually in your case, you don't pay for what you get. Let me take that back. But when somebody spends money, you know that they're serious.
Right. And it's like, you know, for me to sit down and like write this and like put this energy into it, like I feel like I was like, sooner or later I'd run into that Prodigy situation, like where he wrote a verse for one guy and ended up doing the same verse on some other guy's thing, because he probably thought, yo, this guy's never gonna do nothing with this.
Right. And this guy, who knows where the hell he's gonna go.
And a lot of times they don't. So it's like when they be like, yo, yeah, we want to do this and we do this, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna need this.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not.
And they still don't reach out.
And they be like, oh, well, I can't do it.
Hey, Baltimore, man, you guys are spending too much money on these phone posits, on weed, on these phone posits, on the Ciroc, and I don't need. Henny ain't that popular out here, is it?
Henny is popping. I don't know when it switched over back from white liquor.
Okay.
When I was drinking Henny, then I went to the white liquor. Man, we had like I said, I don't drink, so a lot of times when I go to places now, I still get the VIP, I get the bottle, and I let my friends drink. You know what I mean? Or I pour it out for some females so I can look like I'm that cool guy, right?
Yeah.
And it was these chicks, and I'm like, yeah, well, if y'all want, come on up to the VIP. And they're like, if you ain't got no Henny, we good. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, first of all, I didn't even say you was gonna be drinking anything for free. I said, come on up to where, where the view is a little better.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if so, yeah, I got 2 bottles of Ciroc over there right now.
Right.
But yeah, I guess Henny done came back.
I don't know, man. I'm not a drinker at all, but I don't know. So it's lately, last 2 months, for some reason, I have like a cup a week.
Yeah.
This might be it for me right here, but I'm good. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it just eases things up a little bit.
Bro,
I had a rough day too, so
I have stopped. I'm on week 3 of not eating meat.
Really?
Yo, it just kind of came. Yo, I was getting very zapped energy wise this winter.
Yeah.
And part of it was I was doing a lot of traveling. I wasn't working out like I was, and I kind of started eating like BS again. But I still felt like I shouldn't feel like this. So weirdly enough, it just was kind of like in my soul or something. Some said, yo, just stop eating meat. I eat fish.
Okay.
I can't not just. I gotta eat some type of animal.
Right.
I still eat fish, but I'll eat meat. So like that's been a whole journey. Like hitting all these like organic, go to the farmer's market and all these organic food stores.
Yeah.
So dude, I got some tofurkey. This looks like peppered turkey.
Okay.
But it's tofu.
Okay.
So I got this was my sandwich. Like I wasn't eating sandwiches for weeks. I'm like, how am I gonna eat a sandwich? I was going to Subway getting a little veggie sandwich. It wasn't bad.
Right.
But I was like, man, I want to have something in the house. I don't want to go out every time I want to, eat a sandwich. So I got the tofurkey. The tofurkey's actually good.
Okay. Now I'm willing to try it, but you know what I'm about.
The pepperoni?
Yeah.
Nah, the pepperoni's not right. Whatever that is.
And the bacon, I seen it in the movie the other day. Looked crazy too. So I mean, I haven't seen it in person, but
somebody told me this. A vegan I work with.
Yeah.
He was like, look, man, for real. He says, and I've been taking a step at a time. Like, I don't really eat much dairy anyway. I still eat cheese. I like pizza. I'm not going to stop eating it. But it was like, yo, don't really go for the meat substitutes. He's like, just eat stuff that makes sense. He said, because most of the meat substitutes is just going to let you down. But I can't lie. And shout out to Land of Kush. Land of Kush down on, what are you guys on? I think Utah Street, South Utah Street in Baltimore City. They make rib tips. I don't know what it is. It's soy something, whatever it is. Bro,
I gotta get that address from you.
I was eating it.
Yeah.
And I kept being like, this is not meat, right? They're like, we don't serve any meat. I take like 2 more bites. This is meat. Nah. It's not meat.
Wow.
Yo, it tastes like barbecue rib tips, man.
Wow.
Man, I had the spinach with the sesame sauce on it. Man, black tea and lemonade, man. And what I've noticed is it's starting to hit me now, man. Waking up is easier. Like the sleepy feel you kind of get after you eat something. That lasts 3 minutes. And I'm back in it. The shit don't stink as bad.
Yeah, man.
So it's the abs are starting to come back a little bit. You know what I mean?
I gotta have you back because we gotta. We
can do a whole thing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to get into that for sure, man.
Because I know you go to GNC. Yo, I got the big vegan. Vegan protein.
You got vegan protein, okay.
So you know how at night we switching gears on
y'all.
We switching gears, I know. But you know how at night you can drink the casein.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, vegan, you don't need that.
No.
Because it's not like whey.
Okay.
So you could just drink the same shake you had all day. Buy one less product.
Right.
Good.
Do you still get 24 grams per scoop?
Yo, you get 20, so I usually double up, so you get like 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking like 4 of those a day. Woo. You know, we out here, so
y'all don't know. Hey, if y'all ain't seen Switch kind of swole.
Hey, we in here, man. Look, I just had the hundreds. I just took the hundreds for a ride the other day.
I seen it on Snap.
yeah.
Yo, Switch out here looking like a bodyguard or something. Like a bouncer in the club.
Man. I don't know. I love feeling strong. I love feeling strong and able, man. Like, don't fuck with me.
I've been on actually like literally everything. I've been trying to realign myself to just be natural.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very good move. I've been juicing. I haven't been juicing lately a lot, but I definitely got into it. I tried it and I love it. Yeah, I just gotta make it a habit. Really, stay with it. Yeah, indeed.
I've been doing a lot of calisthenics. I just went back in the weight room probably for the first time yesterday, but I've been doing a lot of calisthenics.
Hey, whenever you down, let me know. And you in there with me. I do early mornings. So, everybody's welcome. So you're welcome to come. I always tell, in my earlier snaps, I was always telling everybody, look, man, this is free. All you got to do is get up. So come in, train with me. I train tons of people already, and I don't never charge. It's just, I want people to live that active lifestyle.
I tell you what, then the 2 or 3 days off I got a week.
Yeah, you in there with me. Okay, I'm at Gold's. I'm currently at Gold's Gym. If Gold's Gym continue treating me good, then I'm gonna stay there. But when the audience grows, I'm gonna go to different places. So we're gonna do a lot of different things. And Gold's Gym, shout out to Gold's Gym, but y'all better keep treating me good. Keep them showers clean, please.
Yeah, I owe y'all some money. My name is Larry Sanders, not Kellye Lowe.
Hey yo, Kellye, man, we gonna close up, man. But I want you to give the people some last food for thought. I want you to hit home with it and let them know something. We always wanted this to be a motivational thing. I always wanted people to come out listening to this. I wanted them to come out with something from it. I wanted to come out with some sort of gift, some food for thought, some motivational. Right. You know what I mean? Just drop something on them real quick before we head out.
So I think kind of sum it up is respect your journey, respect the ups and downs.
Yeah,
love that process. Understand it's like a wavelength. You're gonna be up, you're gonna be down, and you're gonna be up again.
Indeed.
And really, if it's for you, you just gotta stick with it. And just be open. Be willing to learn from everyone and everything around you. Put your ego aside and just definitely respect the process.
Respect the process. Cherish the chase as much as the trophy. Make sure to stay focused, eat your greens, and lift heavy weights. Hey, yo, this is the Offset Podcast. I want to thank Kellye Lowe for coming through, showing some love and support.
Yes, sir.
We always welcome, brother. So whenever you have anything on your mind, something is about to be released, you want to get something off your chest, always welcome to come through. We could put it right down and, it's going to share it with the world.
Oh, can I give him a couple bars real quick?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
When we get in arguments, I always let you win. You ate my last piece of sushi and I don't even trip. Stay getting at my cup when I bought you a bottle of your own. Girl, it's all because, just because it's you, baby. Yo, so that you heard me coming out soon. So that's gonna be on there. That's a song called "Just Because It's You." So the EP is coming out soon. Be on the lookout in DTLR for that.
Yes. What's gonna be the name of it? Let them know again.
It's gonna be Street Pop, the Street Pop EP. Right now, the single is "You Heard Me." You want to reach me on social media? I am Kellye Lowe. I am KELLYELO on everything.
You heard it. Hey, thanks, Kellye Lowe. Thanks you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and press all the buttons you need to press when you get into that website. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all stay focused. Tune in next week for another episode. And understand, be somebody to somebody or be nobody to yourself. Woo. Peace.